guys, I'm back with the second main idea, talking about how you can agree with not building new homes in the countryside, because we want to protect it. If you haven't seen the previous videos, I highly recommend watching them first, because I went through paraphrasing the keywords of the question. For each one, I introduced more than 10 options, so you can showcase your vocab range and you can see another main idea that I said in this video. You can also find all of these videos down in the description. The question is from General Cambridge IELTS number 12, Test 2. In many places, new homes are needed, but the only space available for building them is in the countryside. Some people believe it is more important to protect the countryside and not build new homes there. What is your opinion about this? Previously, we talked about preserving biodiversity can be one of the reasons that we should not build new houses there. Today, we want to talk about the countryside has some substantial and probably intangible benefits to humanity, so we should not destroy it. There's a list of 4 ideas that we can mention. Let's go through them first and also one example. Then we'll check the meanings of the new words in Langman Dictionary. Number 1, to prohibit flooding. Countryside can prohibit flooding, especially flooding in low-lying areas, which is managed by indigenous trees or vegetation. Number 2, clean air, from rainforests and wetlands to woodlands and plantations to bushes and shrubs. All of them absorb carbon dioxide and produce oxygen. Number C, we are using the countryside to dump waste. There are some dumping grounds or landfills or landfill sites, or the other name would be rubbish dumps or garbage dumps. So we can dump the waste or dispose of waste that we have. And another way of saying that is that it includes some sites for the disposal of refuse. Benefit number D, we can commune with nature in the countryside. We have to interact with nature because it is as a recreation and we would enjoy the peace and tranquility there. Meaning it does wonders for our stress level, well-being, and productivity. For example, the more the pace of modern life increases, the more we need the countryside as a resource to enjoy peace, beauty, and serenity. And it should be there for the future generations as well, which would be a far-sighted decision. You may ask, how have you written that sentence in the example part? From the more the pace to serenity. That was a nice structure, right? Well, honestly, I was looking for a nice sentence, but I didn't bother myself. I just searched for the idea on Google. You can do that too. Look at here. I searched why we must protect the countryside. And you see the first sentence that came up was this. The more the pace of modern life, blah blah, to enjoy peace, beauty, and serenity, from the first website. Yeah, and exactly the title of the article in that website is this: why we must protect our countryside. As simple as that. Let's go through the new and perhaps unknown vocabulary here. For starters, let's check intangible. Intangible, both substantial and intangible, which benefit can collocate. Intangible is the opposite of tangible. Tangible means clear enough or definite enough to be easily seen or noticed. Even if you check the word intangible itself, you see an intangible quality or feeling is difficult to describe exactly. So there are some benefits in the environment that are difficult to be described exactly. They are not easily noticed or seen. But when we think about them, we can find them. Like here, to prohibit flooding. Prohibit is a nicer way of saying just stop. Low-lying areas. That's excellent for this sentence, for this phrase, I mean. Low-lying land is not far above the level of the sea. Low-lying areas are those areas that tend to experience flooding, right? Indigenous is a nicer way of saying native. Vegetation is a formal word, totally suitable for your writing. Plants in general. Vegetation is going to prohibit flooding, right? Cleaner. Rainforest, you know that, yeah, forests full of trees and vegetation and with a lot of rain. Wetland, an area of land that is partly covered with water or is wet most of the time. Countable, often plural or uncountable, meaning it is preferred not to be used like a wetland. You should say just wetland or wetlands. Plantations. What's that? Let's see. A large area of land in a hot country where crops such as tea, cotton, and sugar are grown. Bushes and shrubs. Okay, let me find the picture here for you because it would be more practical. This is a picture of bushes and this is for shrubs. Next one, to dump waste. Dump, meaning number 2, part B. To get rid of waste material by taking it from people's houses and burying it under the soil. So dumping grounds are those areas that we would bury waste. Landfill, the meaning is quite the same. A place where waste is buried under the ground. Landfill sites is just a synonym of it. Or instead, you can use rubbish or garbage dumps. Here, dump is obviously a noun. A place where unwanted waste is taken and left. British, rubbish dump. American, garbage dump. Then, instead of dump waste, you can say dispose of waste. See phrasal verb, to get rid of something, especially something that is difficult to get rid of, like waste. Yeah, look at the example, dispose of toxic waste. It would be a kind of waste that is difficult to get rid of. Then the noun of it would be disposal, the act of disposing of waste. Of here, refuse instead of waste. As a noun means waste material that has been thrown away, just the same as rubbish, trash, garbage, and it is formal. Here you can see among all of these words, if you use refuse, it would be better, nicer, a wiser choice for your writing. Sites for the disposal of refuse. After that, we talked about people need nature to commune with. Second meaning, commune with nature, just with nature, to spend time outside in a natural place, enjoying it in a quiet, peaceful way. So it would be a kind of recreation, because recreation means an activity that you do for pleasure or amusement, a kind of hobby or pastime or leisure activity. We use tranquility mostly for describing places, especially the natural environment. Pleasantly calm, quiet, and peaceful. In the example, you can see a tranquil village. And this is the adjective. Tranquility is the noun, like the tranquility of the countryside. It does wonders. Meaning number 4, do or work wonders, to be very effective in solving a problem. It's very effective in our stress level, well-being, and productivity. Well-being means a feeling of being comfortable, healthy, and happy, all of them together. And productivity means your efficiency. The pace of modern life. Pace means speed, but we should just use pace for life, not the speed of life. We would say the pace of life. Serenity is a noun coming from serene as an adjective. Serene means very calm or peaceful. Again, if you look at the example, the second example is serene mountain lake. So again, this is one of those adjectives that we use for places, for nature as well. Why we would have a far-sighted decision here? Let's firstly look at the meaning of far-sighted. Far-sighted people, ideas, or plans are wise because they show an understanding of what will happen in the future. So it would be a wise decision and would be showing our understanding of the future to protect the countryside for future generations, because they want to enjoy the serenity of it. They want to commune with nature too, so there should be some nature left for them. Yeah? That was it. I'll see you in the next video talking about the third main idea of how you can again agree with this question, because I want you to have a sufficient number of choices so you can choose your own one and practice with that for your IELTS Task 2. Bye for now.